Welcome to the Splice-On Connector Overview. Overview of termination process for the Hubbell Fiber Hub Splice-On Connector on 900-micron fiber. Hubbell's Fiber Hub Splice-On connectors are an economical and reliable method for getting the best connection results for your fiber network. Hubbell's Fiber Hub Splice-On connectors are designed to maximize compatibility with all Fusion splicer models in use today. Hubbell's Fiber Hub Splice-On connectors are a fast and repeatable method to guarantee you have low loss and dependable connectivity in every installation. It is imperative to follow all safety guidelines for materials, tools, and equipment when working with optical fibers. Safety glasses are a basic requirement when working with optical fiber. Cleaved fiber scrap can be a hazard. Wear safety glasses and discard glass fiber scrap in the appropriate safety container. It is recommended that you do not have open drinks or food in proximity of the fiber splicing workbench. Here are the items necessary for proper Splice-On connectors termination. Splice machine. Fiber strip tool to remove the tight buffer and acrylate coatings down to just the glass fiber. Use a precision strip tool to save labor. Splice-On connector sled appropriate for your splicer. A precision cleaver, such as the Fiber Hub Precision Fiber Optic Cleave Tool, OFC-LV5 or equivalent, is highly recommended. Duckbill or beaver tail style cleavers are not recommended as they will not afford the proper cleave quality. Field fiber to receive Splice-On connector. Scissors for cutting Kevlar or fiberglass when accessing the cable. For cleaning optical fibers, use lint-free wipes and high-grade cleaning solvent like 99% iso alcohol. Hubbell's external oven is necessary for ST and FC type connectors and may be helpful for LC and SC type connectors. It is important to perform an arc calibration test to ensure the splicing machine is acclimated to working conditions, temperature, elevation, humidity, etc. It is recommended to use single-mode fiber for arc calibration. Strip and clean 2 ends of a single-mode fiber, as you would normally. Cleave and place into the splicer clips. Choose your splicer's functions for arc power calibration and step through this process. If you see a result other than arc OK or good arc state, you will need to repeat the arc test until this result is achieved. The splicer will automatically adjust if it finds the arc to be too weak or too strong. You may need to run the test again to get closer to the desired arc strength. It is not uncommon to run the arc test more than once to achieve the proper arc test result. Set the Fusion Splicer's heater to the correct heater mode for the type of heat shrink you are using. These heat shrink sleeves are 27 mm. Setting the heater for 40 mm is adequate. To open the Splice-On connectors, fold in half, open from the back. Parts consist of the connector boot, the splice protection sleeve, and the pre-polished connector. Take the Hubbell Splice-On connector. Carefully remove the fiber protection by bending the protector away from the fiber as shown. Place the connector into the sled or holder on the right side of the splicing machine. The setup should look as shown here before performing this splice. Notice the position of connector in sled. Slide the 900-micron boot onto the field fiber. Slide the 900-micron splice protection sleeve onto the field fiber. Next, strip the 900-micron jacket from the end of the field fiber by removing a 1/4 inch of tight buffer material at a time to a total stripped length of 1 to 1.5 inches. Wipe the fiber clean with cleaning solution and wipe before cleaving. Place the field fiber onto the splicer's removable 900-micron holder. Be sure to place the buffer to the end of the holder to ensure the proper cleave length of 10 mm. Cleave the fiber and place on the left side of the machine. cleaved fiber end should extend right up to the splicer electrodes. Close the splicer lid and prompt your splicer to continue through the splice process. Your estimated splice loss is now shown on screen, while insertion loss should be less than 0.3 dB per specifications. The estimated splice loss will typically be less than 0.03 dB, and your actual splice loss will typically be closer to 0.00. The connector is now spliced onto the field fiber. Gently lift fiber from the field fiber side, being aware that the splice could still break if handled incorrectly. Hold the assembly vertically as shown and slide protective sleeve down over the splice so that it goes right up against the connector as shown. Place the connector assembly into the oven so that the connector is inside the oven, as shown here. Press to close the lid. LC connectors may require a bit of force to close the lid. This is okay. Trigger your splicer to start the heating process if it is not set to do so automatically. Gently remove assembly by slowly lifting from the field fiber side. Hold the assembly as shown and slide the boot over the splice sleeve so that it goes right up against the connector as shown. If you are working with SC connectors, you will now slide on the outer shroud as shown here. Take your SC housing, match up the keyways, and slide it on. This requires a modest amount of force, and there will be an audible click when it is in place. Process is now complete. Hubbell's Fiber Hub Splice-On connectors will be a fast, convenient, and reliable method to complete your projects with confidence.